right, it is one thing to have one form of deformity or the other, and while you're trying to accept how you look and build on your potentials, and then is another thing for someone to try to push you into what you're trying so hard to fight. Stay with us as we talk about body shaming on today's episode of Tales of Rozlean. You don't want to move a muscle. We'll be right back.
Oh, only dreaming about tomorrow's got us feeling so alive, and we're living it up, only thinking about tomorrow, with the rain falling light and the mountains surround our eyes.
Welcome to today's episode of Tales of Rozlean. Like I told you guys earlier, today we are talking about something really interesting that we need to talk about. And I'm not talking alone today. I have with me a very beautiful, elegant she is the manager of Tales of Rozlean. I call her the Toes Ager, in person of and not forgetting the fact that she is a manager of Mono Collections and a fashion model. I have with me today the beautiful Munachi. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me in your show today. I'm really grateful for this platform. What I have to say today concerning body shaming, it's something that is very common in our society, and I have a lot to share about body shaming. First of all, I said I'm going to give a brief explanation on body shaming. What is body shaming? Body shaming is an act of saying rude things to someone's physical appearance or mocking a person's physical appearance. It is a form of bullying. So I have actually experienced body shaming.
Oh really?
Yes, I have.
Wow, if you're looking this pretty and you've gone through some form of body shaming, then I wonder what people who are physically challenged are passing through.
Body shaming. I actually had this experience before I got admission in school. There's this guy that actually walked up to me. He said hi, and I looked at him, and he said, "Why are you staring at me that way?" I said, "Nothing." He now said, "You're supposed to be thanking God I'm actually talking to you because you look skinny." And I was like
really? Wow.
I was like, "Are you serious?" And he said, "Yes, that you look skinny. You're supposed to be thanking your God I'm actually talking to you." And I said, "Wow." And he left. And do you know, at that moment he didn't really realize that he impacted something negative. And when I got home, I started thinking about all he said, and I was like, "God, why didn't you create me? Let me look chubby, or let me have big abs, big boobs, you know." And I started thinking about these things. And do you know what I did? I started wearing double jean trousers. Like whenever I want to go out, I really did this, not joking.
just to make your butt pop up a little.
Pop up a little.
Wow, I can do.
Then I started wearing those kind of clothes when I want to go out. I was not actually feeling comfortable in it, but I had to do it because I felt I didn't have those physical appearance, those physical
that will fit into what
they want,
the society wants.
So I did that for some months, and I got tired. I told myself, no, I can't continue doing this. It is not actually helping me at all. So I had to stop it. I told myself I'm beautiful. I am courageous. Like anywhere I go, I would actually bring out the best.
Command attraction.
Yeah. So what I did was that I stopped that. And look at me today. Am I not looking chubby?
Of course you are.
So
looking chubby,
I realized that
it's just time and everything. Just like the good book will say, there's time and season for everything. Someone might look. I deal with how you looked like then, because then you were a model.
That was about 6 years ago.
You see, so you can't compare the then to now, because then you were a model, and you know most models want to keep in shape, diets, the kind of food they eat and all of that, so they can fit into the runway. So I can really deal, because body size has you know, time, and that's why when you see a woman who is married and she's still looking skinny, they'll be like the husband is not taking care of her, because they feel at that level, at that point in time, you should be looking, you know, a little bit fatter than how you used to look. Wow, interesting. If someone like you can go through such, how much more someone who is physically challenged? Because I can remember growing up then in my primary school then, I had this very good friend of mine. Her name is Sadeitu Danladi, I will never forget. And she had bow legs, you know. And that day, normally my brother is always the one who takes me back from, you know, school, brings me from school and takes me back home. But that day, he, you know, guys, now he wanted to go and play football, so he just bribed me with his breakfast that I should go home, that he will meet me later. So that very day, it was as if this group of children, they've been waiting for this day. So when we were going home, I and my friend, these kids came out of nowhere. That was how they just jumped out, and they started you know, chanting. Ejima is a twin, right?
Cool,
So they started chanting Ejima bebele Ejima. You understand? And it wasn't funny then. And my friend started crying. Yeah, she started crying. And at that point, I saw her that she was better than I looked, but for her to have cried more than I did,
that was actually
consoling.
You understand? You were the one that was actually
bullied. So I was like, don't mind them. It's because you are finer than them. And that was how I just told one, like, look at your big head. I would tell my brother for you, because the mention of my brother's name, everyone was wow. Because my brother then he's this let me not say stubborn, but he's just kid that, you know, in the hood people are just scared of him, because he will always fight, especially, you know, when it has to do with his siblings. So when I mentioned his name, that was how they flee. And when we're going home, I told her, why were you crying? She said, why would they laugh at us? And I told her, if there is anybody that's supposed to cry here, I should be the one. You just had bull legs, you know. I have club foot, and I see yours as nothing, because it's something that eventually straighten up as you're aging, growing up. Yeah, it's you know. And I realized that it is not about how bad a person looks. It is not about how the person looks. Like I said, it has to do with the self-confidence to tackle it at that period. It wasn't as if I didn't feel what those kids say, what they said. It is because I already had this sense of, you know, belonging, this confidence from my home, from where I am coming from. That is why I didn't allow what they said deter my happiness at that moment. At that point, I forgot about myself. What I was looking out for was for my friend, because she was the one that was crying. So I was looking out for her. But I tell you, a lot of kids go through this every day. Kids with disabilities are very vulnerable. They are very vulnerable to bullies, to stigma, and all of this. And that is why we are looking at how to deal with stigma. How do we deal with it? A lot of children are suffering. Some of them can't go to school, not because they don't want to, or not because their parents can't afford it. It is because they feel, how can they face the society? How will people see them in class and all of that? And I can remember when I wanted going into boarding school, my dad said, after your primary school, you're going to boarding school. I told him, no, I can't. So he was like, why? I told him, how I'm meeting new persons and I'm staying there for a very long time. So how do I start, you know, mingling with these people, how we they accept, you know, their reception towards me was more important to me. So my dad, there's something he did. He took me out to, I think, somewhere in Mitama then. So he said, we stood there for a very long time. Before you knew it, a car drove in. So my dad said, just watch out. Then a man came out of the car, opened it, and something just jumped out. I was like, whoo. But guess what? It was a woman. Wow. She was crawling with her nails. And she had driver, she had someone who was
a bodyguard.
And my dad was like, did you see that woman? That woman is a barrister working in this firm.
Oh.
But look at how she looks, and she have people working for her. So if you want to be great in life, if you want to be greater than that woman, you have to accept who you are and let go of what people say.
People say about you.
Yes. And that day till eternity, I don't think there's anything anybody can say to me that will get to me that much, that will have to carry over it or waste my time thinking over it. I don't think that will ever happen, because that's you know, demonstration alone built this self-confidence in me. It made me, you know, I feel like, yes, I can be who I want to be.
Anywhere, at any time.
That's it. And I have the support of my father,
yeah,
who is always there to, you know, push me, tell me I'm the most beautiful girl, I am the most intelligent, I am this and I am that.
Wow.
But then, do people who are physically challenged, do they have the same kind of feeling? Do they have it? And that is why parents need to do more.
Yes.
Dealing with stigma first starts from the home. Yeah,
from the house.
It starts from the house.
Yes.
Parents need to, you know, the family members need to make this child feel they are accepted, make these people feel loved, make them feel that
encouraged.
Yeah, they should encourage them, make them feel
belong
to the society. Yeah.
Okay, that's true. Like, there is this friend I had to. Her name is Joanna.
Oh.
I normally post her pictures on my WhatsApp, and when I do this, I'll see people who come and comment, and they'll be like, she's too big, she's too fat, she's too that, and I'll be like, wow, you don't even know this person. You need to see beyond the fat and the bigness of her, the size of her body. You need to see beyond it. She's beautiful, she's intelligent. Like, I will be the one defending her when she's not even there. That she's beautiful, she's intelligent. And you need to see this person whenever she's doing any work, any house chores. You need to see how active she is. So it is not actually the person. So a lot of times I've told her, you don't need to look at all these things. You're beautiful, you're bold, you're very intelligent. So when we that are not physically challenged, we are being bullied, how much more those that are physically challenged? Ask myself, what do they go through? Wow, like, there was this day I went to the bank, and this lady, she's physically challenged. When she came, the way the people working on the bank, or will I say the bankers or the bank staffs, the way they were treating her, the way they were talking to her, and I told the guy, no, this is not right. She's a human. She's a human like you and me. You won't ask her to go and sit down at this place, then later she should come just because she's physically challenged. No.
And that is why, and that is where government policies. All right, so someone out there is watching, and the person might be feeling down or less of his or herself. What do you have for that person?
Okay, just like you said it starts from the home. And you talked about how your dad, your father, built this courage in you. So what I have to say is that to that person watching right now that is being stigmatized and bullied or body shamed physically, maybe the person's physical appearance, what I have to say to this person is that the home, it starts from the home first. The family, your siblings, your loved ones, they need to encourage you, make you feel loved, tell you that you are the best person
of who you are.
And put this boldness in you, instill this boldness in you, making you understand that you can do anything at all. It does not matter your physical appearance, it does not matter your looks, it does not matter how you appear in the society. The most important thing is what you have to give to society. So it starts from the home first. So parents, siblings, if you have somebody like this in your house that is physically challenged, don't cause that child.
Yeah,
you speak good virtues into the child. You understand? Speak good virtues into the child. So this is what I would say to parents and to siblings out there, that you should not actually join the society in bullying
your child, talking them into that box, pushing them back into it.
This is what
beautiful, nice one. True. Everything, just like they said, charity begins at home. And from your illustration, it does start from the home. Because sometimes I can remember my siblings were jealous, and my dad would say, oh, don't mind us because you're more beautiful than they are, and all of that. My dad gave me a whole lot of attention, made me feel loved, and my siblings had no choice than to also join in the love.
And look at you today. The boldness and everything.
And I also have a reader on Tales of Rozlean on who followed up my stories, and she's from Mozambique, and she said that how do I do it, that she sees my posts, my pictures, my stories, I'm so full of life, I'm so lively and all of that she hardly comes out to mingle with people. I told her, no, for the fact that you look that way does not define who you are. Who you are is not how you look. Who you are is what you have in you, what you have to show to the world. Your purpose, your drive for life is who you are. Touching humanity. So I told her, why should I let how I look affect my happiness? I can't give room for negativity. So that is where this point of mine comes in, about giving deaf ears to negativity. Yes, that's another way of dealing with stigma. Giving deaf ears to negativity. Someone like me, when I move on the street, I don't even think I hear what people say, because my aim is to go to where I'm going to. So that's why most times when you're,
helps you a lot.
of course it does, and that is why sometimes when you're like, oh, look at how she looks, and all with the way she looks, she's still dressing like really? So because I am physically, I shouldn't look good, I shouldn't look nice, I shouldn't go out, hang out, have a nice time? Oh no, you can't talk me, you can't talk me down, not at all. I don't give room for that, and I don't allow people's negative talk affect my happiness. That is why I told her, go out. When you go out, first of all, you need to accept yourself. You need to accept who you are, accept how you look. When you accept how you look, people will accept you. People see you. People see you the way you see yourself. So I told her, most of my friends, people in my circle, they always say, I don't even see that thing you're always talking about. We don't see it, because I am a happy being. I live life, enjoy myself, go out, hang out, dress nice, look nice, it smell nice. You know what I mean? It's good food, and I just find people want to be around me
because you're interesting. Because
you can say that again. So that's just it. If you're watching, or you're try to accept, first of all, you need to accept yourself.
The fact is that people need to know that there is more to life than your looks. There is more. People don't remember that at all, that there is more to life. You see, a lot of people today in our society will complain of poverty, sickness, this, here, and just look past all of these things that are happening, and remember that there is more to life than
how you look,
how you appear. Just think of what you could actually
give to society. If it is by look, actually, I don't think I won't mention the name, but the woman who is like the top boss now, the WTO, if it is by looks, she won't be where she
And
she is
the
today.
funny part of it is that today we are even copying her dressing, the way she
The Ankara, the African
so you see, one day
fashion
people will actually come and copy everything about
you. So there is more to life than how you look. On these notes, we've come to today's episode of Tales of Rozlean on body shaming and stigmatization. Thank you, Mona, for it was a nice time talking to you.
Really,
so much
words
of wisdom there. Thank you. And this is Tales of Rozlean, where we share stories of people living with disabilities. My story, your story, to change life, to touch someone, to encourage someone to come out of that shell, come out of that box, come out and become who God really wanted you to be. You can also follow us on all our social media platforms at Tales of Rozlean. On Facebook, it is capital T, Tales of Rozlean, R with a capital R. And on Instagram, small letter, Tales of Rozlean. And you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. On these notes, I don't want to say goodbye, but I just have to say goodbye. Catch you later on next episode. Watch this space. Thank you.